With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
We can very well win this thing.
I'm a dog person now.
Line them up, let's knock them down.
You told me your dog was sick. I'd say, I'm coming over.
You know, I crack open a coconut and they just cheer for me.
You're either in a survivor or you're not.
It's not about the $1 million. All I want to do is win a million hearts.
All right, welcome to Making the Merge. My name is Petey. I'm joined by Bran, who just got up to go grab a charger or something, and by Chase. But that's not all, because today we have the queen of Survivor TikTok, a woman who has looked into the eyes of Jeffrey Probst. She was the hottest free agent in Survivor media, and then she signed with the Specialist. Guys, that's right. Tegwyth is making the merge.
Hi. Oh my gosh, that's the best intro I've ever gotten. I need to put that on record and make that my phone, like my ringtone or something. I need to boost my ego. That's incredible.
I'll put it on a throw pillow for you.
Thank you so much. You're reading my mind.
No, but I'm really excited to have you here. Ever since we got on Survivor TikTok, which I didn't know was such a big community until we made Making the Merge, but I saw your face everywhere, and I was like, we got to get Teg on the show.
Oh yeah, people do tell me that I pop up a lot, so you know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere.
But you guys, money tag. How much are you making? No, I'm just
$50 this month. Let me tell you.
Whoa,
yeah,
big bucks.
Yeah. I know.
We do have like a little bit of a bone to pick with you because you were the hottest free agent and everything. Yeah. We didn't even get to make a contract offer.
I don't even think you knew us.
I definitely know your stuff. Your stuff has been around because your videos, I think, popped up this last year. Most of this last season, right? That's when you guys started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we started for 47, and then
your stuff
48.
Is so good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So funny, so good. Huge fan. Yeah, the Specialist really kind of happened randomly, and because I was with Survivor Now for a really long time, and I love them so much. Great podcast, but it just kind of happened randomly and naturally, and so far it's a good fit. I'm happy there. It's nice.
Yeah, we just hope that next time your contract comes up, we'll at least get to make an offer.
We can do 50 a month. We can do 50 a month for sure.
Love. You know what? We'll talk numbers.
No, I do want to ask you about how you got into Survivor coverage in the first place, because it's very nerdy. I think Bran and Chase are really going to enjoy it. To put it in wrestling terms, Tegwyth fantasy booked a whole Survivor season on TikTok.
Can I make a prediction real quick before you break down your history? Are you one of the people, like most people our age, I think, that hopped on the Survivor train in 2020?
Good, really good prediction. Really close to 2020. I was 2018. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, right before COVID. COVID was really bad for a lot of reasons, but let me tell you, for Survivor, it did wonders for the number for that show. Like, the number of people I meet that is like, you know what, I had nothing to do. And what show had a lot of seasons that I could fill my time, and Survivor was that one. No, I met my partner, Ryan, who I've been with since 2018. He has been a day one Survivor fan, or almost day one. His mom was a day one. He started in season 2 when he was like little, and then when we first started dating, he was like, we can't do anything on Wednesday nights, nothing on Wednesday nights. And I went, that's super weird. Why? Because that was one group? Of his, well, yeah, literally. Because we work in hospitality, and those are our days off. Like, our days off are Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I was like, so you're telling me you can't do anything on your Saturday night? That's so weird. And he was like, yeah, I got to watch a show. And I was like, wow, okay. I don't know. Maybe I need to reevaluate what this is.
Oh, no.
And then he showed me Survivor China, and I went, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get why you're booked solid on Wednesdays. And that was right before David versus Goliath. So weirdly, David versus Goliath was my first season that I watched live, which was also incredibly lucky.
It's an incredible season.
Incredible season. And then I've just kind of been addicted ever since. I started listening to RHAP right then and really kind of getting on the online community. And then in 2020, I wanted to start doing TikToks. And I was like, I know I need to find a niche. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And Survivor, jokingly, I was like, should I just do Survivor stuff? And Ryan was like, that's not a bad idea. And so ever since then, that's been what I've been doing. And the weird thing was, like, very recently I was talking to Ryan, and he was like, you've kind of been recording your thoughts and your feelings about Survivor since you started watching. And I went, what are you talking about? I just started my TikTok in I think it was 2021, actually. And he was like, well, when you were rewatching everything and we weren't like together watching it together, I would record like a Snapchat or like a video, and I'd be like, I can't believe that just happened, or like whatever, and I would send it to him. And so inadvertently, I have been covering Survivor, like with my reactions and all that stuff, since I started watching, which is so silly.
That's awesome. I'm just in it for the money.
Me too, honestly.
But I loved hearing about
a month, dude.
your origin story with the Survivor simulation thing. I was like, that's just an insane way to get into it, because you basically, from what I understand, you had the whole season like decided through the comment section.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I did. I was really truly like very much missing Survivor when I started this, and I think that when I started my TikTok, it was like very early 2021, so like January or February, and I was just like, God, I miss Survivor. And I think I had just watched Second Chances or something, where I saw that they had cast the show through the fans, and I was like, oh my God, what if we did this? And I then was also listening to an RHAP Brant Steele with Mike Bloom, and I kind of those two things combined, and I was like, what if the fans could decide the Brant Steele? Ooh. And I did that, and it was so much work. I like stopped halfway through the season. Ron Clark was so mad at me because I think he was one of the villains, and he was doing very well, and he got really upset. I stopped in the middle because I just was like, it's just so much work, and I stopped, and I kind of fell off the wagon. But yeah, I loved doing that, and the OGs know the Survivor simulation in the very early beginning.
And I wasn't an OG. I think I just heard you talk about it at some point. And I don't think it would be possible to scroll back because you're such a prolific TikToker that it would probably take me a day to find the original videos.
It would take quite some time. Every once in a while on my memories, one pops up and I go, oh my God, that's so funny. And they would take me I had like a costume, and I didn't even have a Survivor hat, so I wore a Baby Yoda hat, or a baby Baby Grogu hat, because it was black, and I was like, it kind of looks like the Survivor logo, and I had like a jean shirt on, and I would be like, in front of a green screen, I'd be like, welcome, like I would say, come on in, guys, blah, 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 like the whole thing, and every episode, I'd break it up into like 3 or 4 parts. I really like went online and like got like videos of if somebody was getting voted out, I got videos of them like Jeff reading their name at tribal council. It was really poorly executed, but the idea was there, and it was fun. It was fun.
Are you gonna bring it back?
I honestly feel like now that I'm better at like honestly TikTok and also just like editing, I really could. But I have to. I think what I need to do is do it all at one time. And so that I can't fall off. I can't fall off the wagon. I can just continue going. Because Ron Clark, still to this day, I'll see him, and he's like, so what happened at the end? And I was like, I don't know, the Brant Steele's gone. I didn't save the Brant Steele. It's gone forever. I think he came in second or something.
You don't want to upset Ron.
No. You do not want to get on Ron Clark's bad side, let me tell you.
I want to get invited to one of those parties, dude.
Are you going to wear the pink robe?
Yeah, I'll wear the pink robe. I'm wearing a pink robe because I've been wearing this every time we record since we started covering Big Brother recently.
Yeah. Oh, classic.
So that's why I'm wearing a pink bathrobe for all the podcasts. But actually, we're covering Big Brother, and I think the Mastermind has a question for you, Teg.
Love.
Oh, wrong button. Sorry.
I'll edit this out. It's fine.
Hey, what if I was just like, nah, I'm good. Well, I was like, no, I'm good, PD. Thanks, though. No, I got you.
Tag. It is me, the mastermind from Big Brother. And we have a very important question for you today. If you had to choose between being on Big Brother or Survivor, which would you choose?
Now listen, that sounds like a simple, dumb question.
It's not
right?
dumb at all.
Is this Chase? The Chase is back?
Yeah, I'm back.
The mastermind
Do I
popped in
sound
now,
like the
Chase.
mastermind?
Well, no,
Do I
no,
sound
I'm
like the
just
mastermind?
confused. Like it just seemed like I don't
What is
know. I was
confusing
confused.
about that?
Nothing, Chase.
We
about
can't
this.
get your aura. And if we can't get your aura, then
can't get your aura.
we're getting you confused with the mastermind. That's it.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
But the reason I feel like this is a complicated question is because obviously Survivor probably your favorite of the two, if I had to guess.
Same.
Yeah, same here.
Correct.
However, Big Brother, while longer show, you're in the house for a long time, you're not on an island surviving in Fiji.
Yeah. It's actually I actually think about this quite a lot because there's also the other thing that I think about where if I go on Survivor right now, I am an outsider. I'm a sports commentator who has never actually played the sport. Have always been a fan of the sport. And so I come at the show with obviously everyone's biased in their own way, right? But I approach the show in a pretty much unbiased way because I don't know what happens between after the challenge. I don't know what it actually feels like to be out there. So I feel like the way I am able to approach how I make content is as a fan first. And if I go on Survivor, my content will shift because it will shift from a fan's perspective to somebody who has played the show, who is probably still a fan, but your perspective is just going to shift. And I do think that if you asked me this question 3 years ago when I had 500 followers and I would say Survivor 1,000%. But now that I have a little bit more of a foothold within the community, I have a presence, I have people wanting to hear my takes and I've made something of this, right? It's a much more complicated question because then also, what if I go out there, people know who I am? Camilla told me this was crazy. Camilla told me before she went out to 48, she saw Bianca, thought Bianca looked like me, and before she knew her name in her journal, called her Survivor Teg.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Whoa.
there is a world in which I go out there because not everyone honestly knows. I've talked to Survivor players, they didn't know RHAP beforehand, and before they listen to RHAP or listen to any podcasts, one of their first knowledge of the Survivor community was TikTok, was social media, because it's a 2-minute long thing or a 1 minute long thing or a 5-second long thing that comes up naturally on your phone. Whereas a podcast, you have to kind of search for that. You have to be like, hey, I like this thing. I know that it's there. Let me find one that I like. So there is a world in which I go out there and somebody knows who I am, and that could be bad for me. And I could go out first. I could go out second, right? And so then that would also affect this kind of thing that I've made, right? And so a very seemingly easy question where it seems like, oh yeah, it's obviously going to be Survivor because that's your favorite show. I don't think if I go on Big Brother, people don't know who I am. I'm that's not Big Brother is so it's a hard game. Don't get me wrong. It's long. I would be bored out of my mind for 80 days, not having phone or TV or whatever else. But I think that there's less to lose if I went on Big Brother, whereas on Survivor, I think I have more to lose. So very long answer, but I think right now I'm leaning towards I would prefer to be on Big Brother, but I mean, I also am but then if I go on Big Brother, I feel like that I could never go on Survivor. Yeah. Rarely people move from Big Brother to Survivor, so I don't know. The answer is I don't know.
Another curveball though is the live streams. If you trip or choke on your food during Survivor, chances are they might include it, but probably not. But if you do that on Big Brother, at least one person is going to be watching that feed, and they are going to see that, and they're going to know about it.
And it's going to be us, and we're going to put it on TikTok.
We have the feed up all 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's also so scary because I saw a compilation of somebody burping, and I'm like, they're just burping. Like, what's going on? What are we doing here? Yeah, that's like so scary. Also, because like, what if I do something that I don't know is weird, and then I find out later it's like the weirdest thing ever? I would rather live my life.
That's a
ignorance
great
is bliss.
point. Like, what are the things that you do in just the quiet of your own house that you don't really think about, and then you find out, oh man, like apparently I do this thing a lot.
Yeah, like what if it's like weird that I like brush my teeth like this and everyone brushes their teeth like this, and then somebody's like, wow, that she's horrible because she brushes her teeth in like a different way. You know,
Wait,
like
do you
I
brush
feel
your
like
teeth like that, side to side?
Toothbrush gate.
Oh my god,
Brushgate.
yeah,
Brushgate.
like a 30-minute shower, like, you know, everything can be used against
2 hours,
you.
30 minutes, same thing.
I have a
Same
fix
thing.
for us, guys. I have a fix. I think what we can do for you, Teg, is we will install 112 cameras and 113 microphones into your home, and we will figure this out for you.
Get it
We'll
done
do
ahead
a
of time.
trial run. A trial run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when somebody's running for office, they hire a PI beforehand to like dig up all the things that they can. I do that before.
I think you're onto something. From now on, all politicians should have to go on Big Brother first.
That is a good idea.
Correct. I think that's actually the best idea anyone's ever had.
Yeah.
Because also it'd be a ruthless season. Everyone's
it would.
lying to everybody. No one knows when they're lying. It would be great. It'd actually be pretty entertaining.
The mastermind takes his mask off, and it's George Bush.
That's that's not a bad guess.
I did not do 9/11.
Oh, okay. Don't get Teg in trouble for being on the show.
Hey, man. Hey. If she gets in trouble, she gets dropped from her network. She'll be a free agent. We'll pay you $50 a month.
Understood.
One of our hosts, Jonathan, didn't show up today, but Teg, we would trade you for Jonathan in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know, let's draw up the papers. Let's see what we can do. I'll get my agent on it.
Yeah, we'll write up something. But one more note on Big Brother versus Survivor. I feel like Survivor, like the intensity online with the fans, it's the biggest pressure cooker. And then I've made fun of so many people on Survivor now that if I do anything stupid, everybody's gonna like have a compilation of me making fun of other people for doing the same things. It wouldn't be good for me. But there's no slop on Survivor.
True.
PD's over there being like, so we got to make a move, guys. We got to make a move.
I would be Mitch. Yeah.
No, low key, I probably would also be Mitch. I'd be too. Here's the thing about me. Like, I can talk. I'm a really good Monday morning quarterback. I'm a really good like watcher and commentator. Those who can't teach or make videos about it on TikTok, and that's me. Like, I don't think I would be very good at blindsiding somebody. I could not pull a Kyle and Camilla. Like that's above my pay grade. I don't know. Like it's a difficult game. The editing just makes it look like, I don't know, so much easier. And you talk to these players and so much else goes on. Like the fact that Kyle and Camilla talked for like 5 minutes total, like the whole time they were out there, and they got all that done. I'm like, how did you do that? I can't talk to Ryan for less than 20 minutes to figure out dinner. Like I couldn't pull off a strategy just in passing. No, I can't.
You're like, hey, I don't want the DoorDasher to know that we're working together.
Exactly. Or the opposite. I want the DoorDasher to think that I am working with somebody. So I'm like, oh yeah, these 40 egg rolls are all definitely for somebody else.
Man, that's good stuff.
So, actually, one more question before we get into the mock draft. What does Jeff smell like?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. He smells like perfection. Yeah.
I knew it.
He smells like strength and and like knowledge. Yeah.
Is it cologne heavy?
No. The times that I've met him twice, and let me say I've met him twice for about 45 seconds each. Actually, the first time was like 3 minutes. The second time was like a minute. So,
But it was timing.
But it was timing.
Yeah.
I went beep beep when I met him. No. So, but the second time we were outdoors, so he was a little sweaty, but he still smelled great. He definitely smelled better than me. I was way sweatier than him. And then the first time he just smelled like, it was like cologne perfect.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Perfect cologne
he must have like a guy. He must have like a guy before he does anything where he's just like, He hired a PI to see if he
Jeff
looks
went
good,
on
smells
Big
good.
Brother first.
Yeah, he hired a perfume investigator.
Exactly.
Honestly, you're great. One note, you do smell a little bit. If we could perfect that, then you'd be the perfect person. And now here he is, the perfect person.
We tried to do that same thing with Jonathan, and that's why he's not here today.
Yeah,
he's working on himself.
Yeah. He's getting the.
Hey,
the
everyone's
PI.
got to do it. A PI.
Yeah, but we're all jealous of you. We want to look into Jeff Probst's eyes. Maybe it'll happen soon.
Was he wearing a black shirt?
He was. He was.
Did he do the ritual before he met you? I bet he did.
Yeah.
Do you know the ritual?
No, what's the ritual?
So I religiously listen to
fan.
On Fire because occasionally, On Fire as a podcast, not the most entertaining thing necessarily, but he will occasionally say something insane. And so that's why I listen to every minute of On Fire, just looking for the 30 seconds of crazy that Jeff is going to say. And he has this whole ritual where he folds his shirt and he kisses it and lays it out on the sand and lets the water in Fiji touch it a little bit. And then he recites a poem to it. And
it's
then,
so crazy that I don't know if it's true or not. I don't think I've ever heard.
I think it's
Jeff do a. I've never heard Jeff do a bit. It felt like a bit. But
have you heard the story of how Sorry for You came to him? You've heard that, right?
No.
It came to him in a dream, and he had an alternate. I can't believe you haven't heard this. He had or I think it was either a dream or he was doing a meditation, and his his alternate person, I think it was a name. He had a name for it. It was some weird, like the Survivor guy or the Fiji, the Fiji somebody, but it was him. But out of body, and it came to him in he was oh, sorry for you, and it came to him in a dream or a meditation.
Cowboy.
Yes,
like cowboy.
like cowboy. He said it in an article before. I think it was. Did Sorry for You come around at 41? I think it was around 41, and he said it in an interview with either Dalton Ross or somebody, and I read this article multiple times and he has to be joking, but apparently it was the truth. He's a beautifully odd man. He's a beautifully odd man.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'll never forget
awesome.
about the tennis balls and the dog thing that he told.
Yeah, have you heard that?
He told this story about he said when somebody's dog is sick, he used to be I don't care. But now he loves dogs. So if somebody says their dog is sick, he's like, I'm coming over. I've got things that can help.
I love him so much.
He's the best, man. Apparently, he just does a lot of drugs and sees visions of himself. I love
He
it.
must.
But-
he's friends with Pete Wentz and the Foo Fighters and stuff. So I think he's got some cool friends to give him some cool ideas.
And you mentioned Survivor Guy. I've heard him refer to himself
Survivor
as
Guy.
Survivor Guy. So is Survivor
It's
Guy
Survivor
actually
Guy.
an entity?
It's not him. It's it's Survivor Guy. It's an entity. It's his.
When you take too much Benadryl and see the Hat Man.
Yeah, sure.
That's exactly what it is, Chase. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Survivor Guy. It must be like how Alan Cumming, when he does the Traitors, he is as a host, he's playing
A character.
a character.
Mm-hmm.
That must be what Jeff does. That must be Survivor Guy must be a character that he studies in order to be a better host or something. It's got to be something weird like that.
That's cool. I wonder if he did the same thing when he hosted Rock and Roll Jeopardy.
He
Rock and Roll Jeopardy
1,000%.
Yeah,
Rock and Roll
yeah.
Jeopardy guy. Yeah, absolutely.
And we
Kim
don't talk
Limivision.
about Mad TV Guy.
No, we don't talk about Matt TV.
Oh,
We do not talk about Mad
boy.
TV Guy, Jeff.
And Teg, I am so glad that it fell through our plan to have you on Cook Islands episode 1. I cannot tell you how glad I am that you
talk
didn't
about
have to
race
sit
a
through
lot.
that. In his preseason press and explaining to The View why it's not a bad idea, it was uncomfortable.
I love that season, but really, I remember when Ryan told me, my partner told me, when I was doing my first watch through, and he was like, okay, and then we'll get to the race war season. And I was on a treadmill. And I stopped the treadmill, and I said, I'm sorry, what did you just say? I'm so sorry. Say that again, slower, so I can really understand what you said. And he's like,
The race war season.
the race war season. And I said, no way. There's no way. I don't care what year it was. There is no way. And it was. That is exactly what happened. I will say, incredible season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Really good season.
Bran is watching it for the first time with us right now.
That's right. Very first time.
I think the cast is insane. It's some of the best. I think it's one of the best casts.
Yeah.
Like the things that happen on that season is just like moment after moment after moment. It's so good. It's fun fact. Rachel Brosnahan's favorite season, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Whoa,
that is a fun fact.
This is the kind of Teg just drops threes. She's like just dropping gems. Like you really connected the dots in my head that Survivor guy was a whole separate alien being. I didn't know.
Wait. You mentioned Rachel, and then you said Marvelous Miss Maisel, as if she's not on the biggest movie on the planet right now.
I forgot she's in Life. I forgot she's Lois Lane. LOL, I'm dead.
Guys, let's do this season.
Let's get into this
draft.
mock draft. So this is how we do the drafts. We spin a wheel to get the order. It's always random. We're going to do that now as well. So, Chase, do you have a wheel pulled up?
Yep. And it's spinning, baby.
Wow.
All right, let's see who's first.
First up, it's Survivor Teg.
Oh, all right.
No way. Wow.
All
the
right.
pressure is on. The last time I had a first pick in a draft was for 47. I chose Teeny. I stand by it.
Not a bad
good pick.
Not
a bad pick, right?
Gosh,
I almost chose
best.
I almost got Teeny and Andy, but then I missed Andy by one. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm just gonna pick. Oh gosh.
You don't have notes or anything. You're just gonna wing it.
No, I don't. I believe so with drafts. This is my belief, and this is the truth. I do not. I know this cast, obviously.
Right.
But I don't like to go in with a plan because the plan, like 2 times I've done that, the plan has gotten completely screwed up, and I had to go off the cuff anyway.
And I panic.
And I panic and I choose bad things. And so I think if I go in knowing that I'm gonna be off the cuff, I don't panic as much. So that's my draft strategy. I do that for all drafts. Just a fun fact. I think I'm gonna go with my preseason winner pick for 50 was Tiffany.
Really?
And I feel like I'm gonna go with that. I'm really putting all of my apples into that basket, and I'm sticking with it.
It's a good basket.
Yeah.
I like that pick because of all the new era players, she has one of the lower threat levels for sure.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. I also want to say I don't know. Like I've stayed. If you don't know anything about me, I really hate spoilers. I really hate spoilers. I've stayed away from. Everyone was like, "Oh, have you seen the photos of the jet?" No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything.
Haven't
I didn't see anything on the island. I could not be spoiled. There was nothing I saw on the island that went on that trip, so there was nothing that I could have seen to be spoiled on there. So just so everyone knows, unspoiled. Right
what
here.
about the 249 cast members that will be showing up for 50? Are you aware of those?
Well, she kind of has to know about this, I feel like. Because you're on the specialist, so it's a requirement probably to talk about them.
Yeah, I know who. I feel like I have a pretty good idea what happens for 49, but we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, look, I'll just say we have an insider who reached out to us about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is all she told us. She said there were some behind the bathroom deals. Okay,
there were some behind the bathroom deals in 49. Just like how Billy Garcia said there was in Cook Islands.
So behind the bathroom deals is something that's become part of our lexicon because Billy said he had one with Candace.
True love,
honestly.
Yeah, but Tiffany, great pick. She was my first round pick for season 46.
She was also my winner pick for 46 as well. So
okay, so we're on the same page.
I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down on Tiffany, and I'm happy to do it. And if she goes out first, I don't even care. I'm proud of it, no matter what. I love her.
All right, who's up second?
Up second is Bran.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous right now.
This is a mock draft, Bran. It's not the. It's a practice.
Practice. Talk about practice. I am going with the alleged Riz God Rizzo.
Okay.
No way.
What?
No way.
I think that's a good hot. I love that actually. That's such a hot take.
For
I
a
love
similar
it.
reason, it's a threat level thing, right? Like 49, these people didn't even know these people heading into it.
That's true.
It's one of those things. Like sometimes being last or being the most recent person coming in can kind of play to your advantage because
It worked for Russell.
they don't have the advantage of getting to know all these people over the last year or many years at Survivor events and whatnot. And so I'm going Riz God.
But Bran, to argue with you a little bit, I think not knowing them at all raises their threat level.
It's possible. But you know what, PD? I said what I said, and I'm going with
All right,
the
Rizgod. We got Tiffany and Rizgod, just like everybody expected going into this episode.
The clear 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. All right, who's number 3? If it's not Chase.
Who do you think?
Okay, here's some lore for you, Teg. We've been drafting with 4 people ever since season 45. Chase has been last every single time.
Every time.
How is that even possible?
It shouldn't be. In the Big Brother draft we did last night, he was also last.
That's iconic, honestly.
But I did win season 47 with Rachel. So.
Oh, yeah. Great.
He snagged her in the 3rd round, and I still have nightmares about taking Sue. I
took Sue also. I will say Sue was my last choice, but I also took Sue.
My last was Andy, and I was very proud of that one. But so my pick, guys, I could posture, and I could act like I'm not throwing my cards on the table for the season 50 real one, but. Why lie about it? I'm taking D. Everyone knows D is like my favorite player of the new era, so I have to go with her. And then I really want Teg to weigh in on me and Chase's D versus Rachel debate that we've been having for a while. I'm team D.
Who's the best?
But
who's the best winner?
Who's the best winner out of D versus Rachel? Yeah.
Such a good debate. That's a really hard one. I think those are the 2 best. I don't know. My hot take is I think Kyle is one of the best winners in a long time.
Really?
But that's a whole other issue. D versus Rachel. I think that when I look at a winner, I kind of like to think about if they go into another season, how do I think they would do? I think they would both do really, really well. I do think that Rachel was able to work from the bottom, which I don't think D ever had to do. Yeah, and I think that gives her a little feather in her cap of being able to go in another season and knowing how to work from the top and from the bottom, whereas D she only had to work really from a tight alliance and basically the top. So I'm going to err to Rachel just because I don't know how D would do. And I know that she, made some great moves with the idol, giving it to Julie, all that stuff. I think she's an incredible winner, but I think, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Rachel right now. Ask me tomorrow, it might change.
It's a win for Chase, whatever. All right, D, you're still my Cuban queen.
As she should be.
Yeah, so I take D number 3. What are you doing, Chase?
Speaking of a win for Chase, I'm just going to go ahead and draft the winner of season 50 real quick. Guys, I'm taking my favorite Survivor player of all time, Ozzy.
Love.
Who we're covering extensively, and Bran is not impressed by him so far in Cook Islands.
You just don't get it. I'm a big fan of his work outside of Survivor.
I'm saying what I'm saying.
Well, Bran has only seen 4 episodes of Ozzy to put it in perspective on why he is unimpressed by Ozzy.
Interesting. Micronesia is an interesting Ozzy also, so I feel like Ozzy's an interesting guy. He's a very interesting guy. Hot take, I think Ozzy might actually do well. I was able to meet Ozzy, and I think that now there is more to him than just I'm strong, I'm a good competitor. We talked about like books and stuff when I was talking with him. So I feel like he's able to build bridges a little bit easier maybe now than he was back in the day.
He was just like, yo, green eggs and ham, dude. It's such a piece of literary
Were you there? Were you there?
I was watching on the 117 cameras and 118 microphones.
Can I ask a quick question, guys? I'm about to start, Tag, I'm watching every season because I started late. I started, my first season was season 46, and I have seen David vs. Goliath, and then 46, 47, 48. I've now seen 1 through 15, finished China a couple days ago. Fantastic. 13 we're covering for the shows, so I'm just doing it an episode every week so that it's not like when you're watching multiple seasons at once, good luck. So next is 16 Micronesia. Should I not watch it yet?
You should, I think. It's one of the best seasons of all time.
I didn't want any
It's so good.
Okay. I didn't want any confusion with Ozzy, but I know I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about the season.
I think you should. I think that there's only one season, or no, there's 3 seasons in between, but there's only like a year difference really between Cook Islands, and his game is slightly different, but not super different. I think you'll be good. It's a great season.
That's very exciting.
And he was notoriously he was high in the pregame. He wasn't doing behind the bathroom deals. He was smoking weed behind the bathroom with Johnny Fairplay.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, poor Johnny Fairplay. Ugh.
All right, so
who's next? Well, I think
it's
jaw,
back to you,
right?
No,
his
what?
Jaw.
What happened to his jaw?
For Micronesia, he broke his jaw like 4 weeks or 5 weeks before the show.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. I think he was like wrestling or something, and I think it was a broken jaw. It was something. It was a really bad injury, and so he had enough time.
That's the only reason he was smoking. It was for the pain.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
No other reason.
No other reason. But so he, and if you see him, his like jaw looks a little. I think it's his jaw. I can't. He like looks a little like he's like swollen a little bit, and so if you know, and that's why. What happens. But
what happens. Interesting. I always thought that what happens because.
Hey guys, thanks for saying it the way that you're saying it. I really appreciate it.
He wanted to make a little bit of money and then
That could also be it. That it could be a 1-2 punch. Two things can be true. But he was apparently still in quite a bit of pain.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think you're back up, Teg.
Me? Oh, okay. Me again. I'm shocked. I did not see this coming. I think I'm going to go with probably my favorite Survivor player of all time, Mr. Christian Hubicki.
Ooh. I thought about it.
So here's the thing. I think that's a risk. I'm taking a big risk choosing Christian because I do think that he's gone early. Yeah. But I need to be true to myself. And if I think he's just so incredible, I'm sticking by it. I love him.
I'm so excited to see him play again.
He's
I watched
the Brochachos.
I watched David versus Goliath a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago for the first time, and I was blown away by Christian. I was like, he's just the perfect Survivor player. But the problem with being the perfect Survivor player is everybody else realizes that you're the perfect Survivor player.
Yeah.
So he's instantly, I think, threat number one on whatever tribe he's on.
I agree, but here's the thing. I don't want to spoil too much, but if you recall, Parvati has always been threat number one on every season she's ever been on, and yet she's able to work it. And so I think if you're threat number one on day one, it actually works to your benefit, like an Andy or an Emily, where they're not threats. Like Andy and Emily weren't threats, but they were targets day one. But then everyone's like, well, if that's the target, I'm going to go with somebody else. So that's me really kind of selling Christian to me because I really want him to do well.
Yeah, maybe if Christian gets out there and he says, I open a coconut, nobody cheer for me after I open the coconut.
That's the way he's got to do it. That's the play. It's worked. It's worked once.
All right, Bran, who you got?
So nervous.
Again, this isn't the real one.
It's still real to me. I'm gonna go. I'm stuck between two. I'm gonna go with Charlie. I think Charlie is really likable. I think he's somebody that you kind of want to align yourself with, and I can see him getting far enough to get to the merge, and then he's pretty darn good at challenges, and I like the way he works with people. I think he's going to be a threat that maybe goes under the radar long enough to maybe get him to where he needs to go. So I'm going to go with Charlie.
That's right.
Just barely lost, and I think that's going to be motivation enough for him to figure out how to get across the finish line.
Oh, you don't have to remind me, brother. Kristen, another person who is on our show, drafted Kenzie. I had Charlie. I was upset for weeks. I was legitimately angry about it for a while. Like, I know this is a show, we do bits, we're performative or whatever, but I actually, I get way too upset about Survivor, and I think that was the most triggering thing to ever happen in the drafts for me. For him to lose by one vote.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Really crazy. That was a quick little, I know we're drafting, but quick little thing. So I was Team Kenzie from day one. I really wanted, Kenzie was Ryan's winner pick for 46. So we were like very pro Kenzie in this household. And when she made it to the end, I was very excited that Kenzie won. But it was very weird to be so excited that Kenzie won because Charlie was probably at 2 arms lengths away from me watching the final votes being read.
No.
It was really intense. He was smiling. He was with his family, and his girlfriend was with him, and all that stuff. So he was surrounded by Ben was there. Like, he was surrounded by people who like love him very much.
Yeah.
But that was a very intense moment because I was very happy that Kenzie won. And I would have been happy if Charlie had won as well. Like, I love them both so much. But that was a very intense moment. Just like seeing him relive that moment for the first time was like really hard to watch, kind of.
Man, you've got some insane lore, Teg.
Could you tell, like, looking over at him while it was happening, that he had a good poker face on it?
He had a pretty, and that whole episode, he was smiling, he was having a good time. I vividly remember he was wearing the best shirt I've ever seen. It was like a white knit shirt. He looked great. Yeah. He was smiling. I was like, that's how a winner looks. So I really thought that he was taking it up until the very end. I really thought it was going to be Charlie, especially because like his whole family, and he was at the party and all that stuff, and I really thought it was going to be Charlie. I was really shocked that it ended up being Kenzie, but he had a good poker face.
PD and we knew Kenzie won because she announced she was pregnant, and we were like, in this economy, she had to win $1 million.
No, I sent it to Chase, and I was like, she has to have some financial security to be making a decision like this in the big 2023 or 2024.
My favorite thing to do is like figuring out who wins based on life stuff that's going on. Yeah. So when 41 was airing, Erica posted a TikTok about for the first time in her life, she was buying a real Christmas tree. She made a whole thing about that she was buying a real Christmas tree. And I was like, you know what she has coming? $1 million check because she's buying her. And I made a whole TikTok about it. And at the end of the season, I just like stitched my TikTok going, so, when you're right, you're right. Like,
yeah. And Survivor players, like, keep your purchases and your travel to yourself. I thought Camilla was going to win because I saw her, like, gallivanting across the world with her boyfriend or her husband. Yeah. And I was like, that looks like a winner, somebody traveling that much. Didn't pan out that way.
Bran thought Shaheen was going to win because it's cameo prices.
Oh, interesting. That's also a good way. I will say Rachel's cameo prices weren't that expensive until after the win.
Yeah, Sue was more expensive. I was tracking that for 46. I mean, 47.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because she would have beat all their asses. You know what? Actually, before I make my pick, somebody sent me a graphic earlier about why Sue should have won.
Wow.
And that's because Sue did not need any advantages to survive. She didn't even need immunity. She lost her number one pre-merge. And she was blindsided 2 times. Rachel was blindsided 3, and she had dirt mascara. Rachel did not.
And she's only 45.
Yeah.
That's right.
So when you put
honestly
it like
on paper, that's a pretty solid game.
Yeah, I love cherry-picked stats to support my argument. So my next pick, I am going to be taking Angelina.
Really?
That was my next pick.
Yeah.
Stole it from me.
I'm a huge Angelina stan. I mean, the jacket.
Can I have your robe, PD? Can I have your robe? Hey, can I have your robe?
You can't. You can't have it until we get booked on White Lotus together. Then I'll give it to you. But Angelina, I loved her psychopath energy. That was part of why I picked Camilla first last year. I feel like she looks very nice. She has this mom aesthetic, but under the surface is this complete psycho who will take you out and lie to you, and that's what I like in Survivor.
Yeah. Psycho in the best possible way.
Yes.
And the ladder.
It's a great choice.
Got to mention the ladder.
Oh, my God. The ladder up to the sky, the tallest ladder ever made.
Yeah.
It was like 100 feet.
It was like, just like that shower was 2 hours long.
Yep. Yeah. All right, Chase, who are you going to go with?
I'm going to take, and I have a whole theory. I have a whole fan cast theory in my head for this one. I'm going to take Coach.
Okay. Fascinating.
I strongly can see that Coach and Joe work together. And Coach the whole time is like, I love how you played, brother. You were so full of integrity and honesty, and that's how I play. And then I think Coach is going to backstab Joe and win the game.
All right.
That's best case scenario.
Yeah,
I was hoping for more of a Q in Joe. I mean, not Joe. Q in Coach. relationship.
He can too. I love Q as well, so I hope so. But Q threw the interception in the championship game in high school. So
fumble.
I don't know if I can
It was a
trust him.
fumble. You got that
Fumble.
wrong.
Yeah.
Burdette fumbles written on the local Texas newspaper.
Oh, brutal.
All right.
A high school. Wait, I'm sorry. I know it's Texas, but a high school game with a high schooler on the thing. That's brutal, man. Adults are brutal. Okay, it's my pick, right?
Yep, it goes back around to Teg. Teg has taken Tiff and Christian.
Yeah. This is okay.
Oh wait, no. Did you take Christian or was that?
Yeah,
you did.
yeah.
Okay.
Tiff and Christian. Yeah. This goes against every fiber of my being. I'm gonna choose Jonathan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't, and the reasoning here, I know that it's a mock draft, right? But I'm trying to make my tribe very, I think that, I just recently rewatched speaking of the ladder, that challenge that Jonathan did. That is the only reason why he is on this season. Like that, rewatching that, I was watching with my parents. My parents were they don't watch Survivor, jaw on the floor. Like that performance, I think is single-handedly one of the best performances in any challenge ever. And I don't necessarily love him as a game player, but I think there's something to be said about just pure strength, especially to get you to the merge. I think, and I know that like these kind of seasons, people don't really take like, it's like tribe strength is like not that big of a deal. But I don't know. Jonathan is like almost a guaranteed win if it's like that kind of a challenge. I think he's at least going to the merge.
That challenge you're talking about is when he literally carried the team on his back. He had Omer or I don't know if it was Omer, but I think it was Omer and Marianne on his back in the water.
Yep.
Maybe Lindsay was on his back too. And then Jeff shouts out, he's literally carrying the team on his back.
Yep.
And but he's like the biggest himbo in Survivor. He's also a sweet guy, but then there'll be times where he's like, man, I wish these women would shut up.
Yeah, I don't... There's a reason I rewatched him doing that challenge, and I didn't rewatch the Tori's vote out. That whole tribal council is like a hard watch. Just specifically, it's like, Jonathan, shut up! Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, could you recap that in depth for us?
No.
But I just think that I think that there's something to be said, especially in a big season like 50, where people are just like, I think that they want to make it to the merge, and I think that Jonathan is going to be able to do that.
Tag's team is Tiff, Christian, and Jonathan. Bran's team is Riz God and Charlie. Who are you going to add, Bran?
I'm going Mike White. Mike White. I think
the Lotus.
Mike
Big threat.
made it to Final Tribal, and he didn't even have White Lotus to promise people. Like, what was he gonna promise people? The Emoji Movie 2? No.
Hey, don't bring that up. Do not bring it up.
I'm not gonna bring it up. But he now
Oh, the mastermind loves it.
loves it.
And that's canon.
I think that there is gonna be this element of maybe I try to get close to Mike White. Just like whether they say it or not, there is going to be a little of that. I think it could catapult him. He could use it if he wants to.
And
I can kind of see him like only pulling it out if he absolutely needs to. Be like, hey, White Lotus,
put you on a TV show.
Put you on a TV show, kid. Hey, I can put you on a TV show, kid.
It would be really funny if he was doing that to Jonathan and he was like, I can put you on a TV show. And Jonathan was like, dude, I'm on a TV show right now.
That's a very Jonathan response, actually.
I'm excited that Mike's coming back, and I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm picking him.
Look, Mike White is who Mitch thought he was. Sorry, Mitch.
I mean, no, but you're similar play styles.
That's what Liz Wilcox said. She modeled her whole game after Mike White. So there's something to it.
Mike White notoriously blew his top over Applebee's. Everybody remembers that.
Have you tried the burger, Tag?
I am a vegetarian, but I can go. So I found this out. I did just go to Applebee's like 2 weeks ago. I found out you can get any burger and it replaced the burger with an Impossible Burger. Yeah. So I can try it. I think I just have to take the bacon off or something. So that is next on my list. I didn't get it last time, but I failed a little bit when I went to Applebee's. I did fail slightly as a Survivor fan, but next time I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it's worthy. It's worthy of the
crash out.
I mean, if it's bad, you can take a bite and then go, I'm pissed.
It works in many occasions.
It works either way. Yeah.
That would be a good TikTok. But I did the research already. On the finale night, I picked up the burger, and it's not that good. It's not worth screaming and crying. So for my next pick, I've got D, I've got Angelina, and I think up next, I'm going to take Genevieve because she's still sitting there, and Genevieve is such a strong player. Nobody thought she was going to make it that far in season 47. Chase even got a Banu, where he threatened, like he made a bet. He's like, I will get a Banu tattoo if Genevieve makes it to the final 3. And she was 1 episode away.
It was close. I was sweating.
That's close.
Yeah, so Genevieve Mushalak from Winnipeg, Canada. That is my pick.
I think that's a great pick.
That is a good pick. A lot of stands for Genevieve out there on the internet.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people think she's
really far.
Yeah, a lot of people have her pegged as the season 50 winner.
I see a lot of Christian and I see a lot of Genevieve. Yeah. Or Genevieve. I've heard it both ways.
Genevieve,
yeah. Okay, I need to pick.
All right, who's on your team? Chase, you got Coach.
I've got Ozzy and Coach. I feel like I need some more female representation.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I mean, there's got to be a reason that they're bringing her back-to-back seasons. I'm going to pull the season 49 Savannah Lewis.
Okay, wild card.
Took someone long enough to follow in my footsteps.
Yeah.
I mean, and I wish I had anything to say about her, but I don't.
And this is what I want to say. Riz God, I think, is invited back because he has the name Riz God, and he's obviously going to be an entertainer.
Yeah, totally.
Riz God.
But this Savannah lady, maybe she's a winner. Maybe we get 3 former winners this season.
I think, I'm very interested to see how these two do. And especially, like, Riz God has stands already. I don't know if you know this. Because he does, like, online stuff. And so people are always like Riz God double first time 2-time winner. Like people are, or like first 2 back-to-back winner. Like they are high on Riz God. So there's got to be something about Savannah and Riz that people just really must gravitate towards.
Bran or PD, which one of you was like, surely they knew that it would leak so they wouldn't cast a winner from 49?
Yeah, that was my
Bran,
theory.
And I don't subscribe to that. I think maybe they forward each it, and then maybe they think, of course they think that we won't put the winner on, so we're going to put the winner on anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like there's got to be something to, like, I don't know. It's 3 tribes, right?
Yes, it is.
That's what they're saying.
I just think it's weird that there are 2 winners. I think that's weird.
Yeah.
Who's next? I lost my place.
Tis I believe. Tis me. I'm going to go with Jenna Lewis.
Okay, season. We got some Borneo representation now.
Yeah.
The only person from Borneo.
Only one from Borneo. I think that she played a very good game. I think she played a very similar game. My friend pointed this out, and I was like, wow, that's really interesting. I think she played a similar game to Kyle in 48. And I think if it had been a final 3, it would have been Jenna, Amber, and Rob, and I think Jenna would have pulled out the W. And I think that she was on RHAP was playing like old podcasts when people like joined, and I think she like was on the podcast like maybe 5 or 6 like before the new era, like maybe like 35, 36 time. And I liked her takes. I liked how she had looked at things. And I think that she's maybe a level-headed person enough to where she's been gone for so long that she isn't like a Danny or something where she overplays. I think that she's a good enough social player where I think that she'll be able to make it through. And I really hope so. I would love, how iconic would it be that Jenna Lewis, only one from season 1, goes to win season 50? That'd be like, crazy. I think that's like the best case scenario, just story-wise. So I don't know. I'm going Jenna.
That would be.
She's also only like 45 or something. Like she's not even that old. So
yeah, which Ozzy's 40, which is crazy.
Yeah. She's survived having to be on the same beach as Richard Hatch and Boston Rob. So she's like,
it's true.
She's experienced.
He is.
Who you got, Bran?
I'm going Camilla.
Yeah.
I think that Camilla probably has her biggest takeaway was that she just needed to be a little bit more aggressive. Like on one hand, her biggest strength was the secret alliance with Kyle. On the other hand, Kyle won. She didn't. She did, give him the layup there in final tribal. But I think she's going to be a little bit more aggressive. But I also think that people are going to see what she did with Kyle and kind of be like, okay, she's loyal, loyal. So I think there's something to that. I'm going Camilla.
We were very close. Me and Camilla were very close to winning. I say we because it was a group effort. But if she had made the fire, if she had done what Cowboy did, which is just pick up the fire and then hold it up to the rope like he did in the last episode that we watched, then she would have won. But Camilla, I feel like to the confessionals, she was very aggressive.
Yeah, and very funny.
Yeah. Just take a little out of aggression from the confessionals and put it into the gameplay.
Yeah, the backing up the bus.
Yeah, backing up that bus.
That's a good pick. I do think the issue with anyone from 48 is that is the most recent season that everyone watched.
And then you have Jenna Lewis. When's the last time everyone watched Borneo?
Yeah. 2020. Am I right?
Yeah, Borneo, it's a tough watch because Jeff doesn't narrate the challenges. It throws you off. It's
yeah.
And then you got Richard Hatch running around naked and all that. But my next pick, so I have Dee, Angelina, and Genevieve. Maybe I need a guy, or I'll just do the thing I always do and not pick any guys because I just always think women are going to do better in Survivor. So I'll take.
He's a performative feminist.
Yeah, that's
Who run the worlds of Survivor?
Girls. It's not a performative thing. Okay, it's more. It's that I just think that they're better at the game.
You all should hear PD talk off air, guys. It is a tough listen.
Hey, and
statistically, it works out for PD way more because he often does the all-female.
Yeah, and plus,
tribe.
you guys aren't bringing up Katy Perry and JoJo Siwa on this podcast like I do.
That's true.
So who's the real feminist of making the merge?
You mean astronaut Katy Perry?
Astronaut Katy Perry. Yes, 10-second astronaut. She was in the news because her flying insect that she rides on during her tour malfunctioned, and it could have been a bad situation.
We almost lost a real one.
Yeah, so I am drafting JoJo Siwa. Oh, wait, this is not the Celebrity Big Brother mock draft. I am going to draft Emily. I'll double down on taking women. Emily Flippin, who's another person whose threat level, I mean, she didn't win. She wasn't the runner-up. She didn't finish that close. She did make the merge, but I feel like she learned a lot in her run that she can use for the next one. And I think Emily has a solid chance to go far.
That's a good pick. All right, guys. I'm going to take someone that I was hesitant, but I've been thinking about this player lately. The player who was the only person to ever be on a tribe by herself, who came back the following season and played hard.
The only one to use the R slur on this list?
Yes. Publicly? Yeah. And I'm taking Stephanie.
Sorry, Stephanie. I won't bring it up during your season, just before. But, yeah, Stephanie.
Before and after and also during.
I mean, unless she says it, then it leaves us with no choice.
Yeah.
Right.
I would hope they bleep it if she says it this time. But Stephanie,
you know what would be funny if we met Stephanie is someone drops it just to kind of see her reaction, like hey, you still cool?
Yeah, you still talk like it's 2005. Yeah, Stephanie, her run was iconic. Her and Bobby John. It's something that when you watch, you'll never forget it. It's one of the most memorable arcs in Survivor history, for sure.
Yeah,
and then goes on to get to Final 2.
And I mean, we were talking about cool stories. Imagine that's her story, and then she comes back all these years later and wins it. That'd be awesome.
That'd be very cool.
I loved it when she showed up because everybody had just watched it. They knew who she was, and she was like this giant celebrity. She still did pretty well.
They make her walk down like the pyramid or whatever. It's like really, it's just like almost falling down. No help at all.
Okay, so Teg, you're back on the clock.
Okay, this is getting difficult now because I feel like it's shocking yet not shocking that no one has chosen Suri.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am going to do it. I'm going to take Suri. I'm hesitant to do that because I think she has such a big target. But like I said previously, sometimes when you have a huge target, it actually ends up working in your favor, because then everyone's like, well, she's going to always have a big target on her back.
Yeah.
And I don't know, did you guys watch Big Brother 25? Like, seeing her work in real time. That was the first season of Big Brother I watched. I was like, oh, this is why she's a master. And then obviously, like, the traders, like, she is so good at what she does. I think that everyone is going to be very, very aware that she's so good. But I think it's also one of those things, like, the enemy you know versus the enemy you don't. And I feel like she could go far because of that. But I also could see her being first boot. So
yeah, I mean, even if you just take her Survivor seasons and you don't even look at the other competition shows she's done, huge threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, also just coming off Survivor Australia versus the World, like, just busy. Like,
I was about to say,
could play to her advantage. She could show up exhausted. Like, don't know.
Here's what I think. She's battle tested. She's played more Survivor than anybody. She's played Big Brother. She's going to be on the Traders, right? Or was she already on the Traders?
She was on the Traders.
Yeah,
she was on season 1 of Traders.
Yeah, so she's done it all. She's probably sharper mentally than anybody else out there.
Guys, wait, hold on. So will because Survivor Australia, will it be airing at the same time as 49?
Is there
will
a
be
little
airing,
overlap?
I think there's a slight overlap, because Survivor Australia versus the World is like 26 days and like 12 people, or like 20 days and like 12 people. It's really a shorter version. So I think that it's probably only going to be like 2 months or a month. So I think there's going to be, it's starting August 17th. I could see it ending in like mid to early October.
Okay.
So I could see there being like 2 weeks of overlap.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah,
That's
I think
crazy.
Jeff probably got in their ear and he's like, "Do it shorter. It's much better." And we need to be like, "Australia, don't listen. Don't buy it."
They're like, "All right, we'll just fire the host." Then.
But before we move on to Brand's pick, I want to say Suri is my favorite Survivor player of all time.
She's incredible. That's a great. That's the right answer, honestly. Like, I know you can't have a correct opinion, but that is the correct opinion.
Yeah. So you're saying Chase is wrong for Ozzy being his favorite?
Yeah, and I'm wrong for Christian being mine. Like, I am. You're correct.
Thank
Brand,
you.
who's
I
yours?
appreciate that.
Brand, who's your favorite player?
Brand's seen like 5 seasons, but I would know more like 20. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Brand.
I'm not Jonathan. Thank you. First of all, I'm putting in the work. Tag, my goal is to have watched every season by 50.
That's impressive.
I'm at a good pace right now. I'm chugging right along. Christian's my favorite player.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Not WWE legend John Morrison.
I did like John Morrison.
Or what's his shoot name, PD?
Mayor of Slamtown. That's his shoot name.
That's his shoot name?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite editing moments of Survivor. Really, truly, is just him naming off all of his names.
Yeah.
His
like,
real name's
I love
John
that
Hennigan.
moment.
Hennigan, that's right. That's right.
All right, Brand, who you got?
Well, I'm running out of people that I'm familiar with. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have to vamp.
So I got Joe, I got Kyle, I got Colby. I think that's all that's left that I'm familiar with. So I'm going to go with Aubrey. Don't know her, but I trust her eyes.
Okay, and I also haven't seen Aubrey's season. I'll tell him myself here. I've seen 1 through like 20, and then 42 through 50, or not 50, 42 through 48. That's all I've seen. Okay. So Teg is going to have to speak on Aubrey.
But PD, you'll watch the seasons that the returning players are.
I want to do it when you tell me when you're on their seasons, and I want to watch it at the same time you're doing it, Brand.
So that we can talk about it?
Yeah, so we can text.
Aww.
Thanks, bud.
Aww,
yeah,
cute.
you're welcome.
It's cute. I like it.
Chase, have you seen Aubrey's season?
It's the next one on my list.
Okay.
I've seen up through, what is that, 37?
Yeah. So, yeah. Aubrey, there is a group of people that think that Aubrey is like the best player of all time.
Right.
Edge of Extinction, right? Edge of Extinction.
Edge of Extinction. She was brought back. So she was originally on 32. I always Ko-Rong. She was originally on Ko-Rong.
Yes,
she was
I did
brought
see
back.
that season.
She was brought back for Game Changers. And then she was brought back again for Edge of Extinction. So she's played 3 times. My hot take, I love Aubrey, and this is a hot take. This is genuinely a hot take. My hot take is Aubrey has a very similar edit in Ko-Rong that Joe has. I'm sorry to spoil. Because Game Changers, so Ko-Rong aired, and then Game Changers went out to film a week later. And so I think that they are like 2 weeks later or something. So very similar to 48 and 50. And so I personally believe that the way Aubrey was edited, they did so to kind of get fans on Aubrey's side, like they did for Joe. And then when she came, because I don't think that she plays a great game in Game Changers, and I think she plays a bad game. I'm sorry, Aubrey. I don't think she plays a bad game in Edge of Extinction. And so I think that, but there are people that think that she's the best Survivor player ever. So this is genuinely a hot take that I have. And I love her. I think that she's great, but I just think that there is something that the players saw that we didn't see. And it's nothing bad. I just don't think that she is. I think the edit had, did a little editing magic on her. Yeah. That's my hot Aubrey take.
I'm going with the people. Kick rocks, Teg.
I don't. Kick rocks is crazy. I agree with you though, because I've seen Aubrey in Game Changers. I've seen her in all of the seasons except for Edge of Extinction. And when I watched the first episode of Edge of Extinction and they were like, Aubrey's back, I straight up went, who's Aubrey?
Yeah.
I didn't even remember her.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know who did?
Yeah.
Q remembered her because when Mariah said that's her favorite player, Q was like, that's a huge red flag. You have to go now.
Truly, I mean, that was a wild moment, but there are people truly believe, and that's why I'm in the minority. Like, people think that Aubrey's one of the greatest of all time and very smart and all that stuff, and I just don't subscribe to that. Sorry, Aubrey.
All right. I am up next, and let's see who's left here. We're getting to the dregs of
Colby going to be last pick, you think?
Maybe. You know what? I'll take Colby right now. How about that?
Wow.
Because I'll take him because he's not a threat, as we saw in the last season he was in. And then he'll just get out there and be like, "Man, Fiji is beautiful." And when I look up at the stars, I just think I'm so thankful for everything in my life. And the confessionals like that are why I want Colby on my team.
Yeah, Colby will get out in Fiji and be like, "Man, this is what makes me love America."
Yeah. He's like, man, these trees remind me of Texas. Even though we don't have trees like these, we do have trees in general.
The general idea of trees.
All right, Tag, give us your Colby impression.
That tree's taste looks like a gun.
Zero Colby impression. I think that can I just say another? I think that Colby actually does keep up with Survivor. He went on the record and said he watches with his family. But he watches after the season is over. So I think that he might have a little more strategy, at least with the new era and the pace of it all, than a lot of people might give him credit for. Just because he's an OG, but he does watch with his family apparently almost every single season up to today. So
okay, that's the kind of insight you get from Teg. I would have never known about Colby's watching habits. All right, you're
the
up,
things
Chris.
I know.
Yep.
I'm up, dude. All right, my team so far is Ozzy, Coach, Savannah Lewis, Stephanie, and my boy, Q.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Q's still there. I can't believe I took Colby over him. But it's a fake draft. I can fix that in the real one.
You can cancel Christmas, brother.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think this is the last year of my – or no, I think next year might be the last year of my Christmas being canceled because Q – we reached out to him to have a cameo done, and he canceled all of our Christmases except for Chase because Chase drafted him. He said canceled for the next 3 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait, that means I don't have Christmas until 2028.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
That's
hurts,
really
man.
that's a tough draw. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
But Q makes the rules.
Yeah.
He does.
What? Anything else? If this is the real draft, would you take him first, Chase?
I'm thinking about it. I love Q. I think he's not a super strong player. He's not even that great at challenges. But man, is he not charismatic and likable?
You would think somebody who made it onto the Ole Miss football team as a wide receiver would be really good at challenges, but he
fumbled then and he fumbled in his season.
Oh man.
Yeah. My hot take is Q's first one out. And I will I will die on that. I will die on that hill.
Okay.
In Fiji, there was one night where we basically all got to cast write down who we think is going to win, and then who we think is first one out, and then we had to defend our choices. So I said Tiffany, and I said the first boot I said Q. And I think that Q is going to come in playing like Tony in Game Changers. I think Tony comes in super hot and like is super chaotic and no one wants, and I think that Q is going to do that. And I genuinely believe Q is first boot. And I was the only one there that believed, me and Ryan also agreed with me. He didn't want to have the same answer. So he chose Stephanie as his first boot, which I could also see. Yeah. But and everyone was like, no, Kyle's first boot. Kyle is first boot. And I was, guys, no, it's not. Yeah. It's no one really. I don't even think Kyle is going to be that big of a threat out there because we just saw everybody raise their hand saying, who would you vote for at Final Tribal Council if Camilla was there? And every single person raised their hand and said Camilla. So I really don't even think he's that big of a threat, even though he's someone who just won. But and public, I think with these kind of seasons nowadays, public opinion is going to be worth more than how people really originally played. Like, I think Genevieve and Emily are going to be huge targets because they have so many stands. And I think when people go on 50, they're going to want to be like, no, I want to have stands. So the people who already have stands need to go out, even if they don't want to admit it. So I genuinely think that, like, Genevieve, but I think that Q is going to play so chaotically, he's first boot, and I will die on that hill.
And
until I see otherwise.
I don't love how, he kind of tried to quit in his season where he was like,
he definitely tried to quit.
But that does take a special type of personality to say, hey, vote me out, and then
it doesn't happen.
People ignore it.
You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And he kind of had Tony energy when he was doing the hide and seek game and then, reading way too much into what everybody did in hide and seek as like their personality type. He's like, Ben's hiding in the grass because that's what he does. He's under the radar.
He's a snake.
Yeah.
Was he wrong?
No.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
How long into season 50, episode 1 will it take to get the first Q-skirt reference?
20 minutes?
0.5 seconds.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's wearing it on the boat.
I think he's wearing it on the boat. Yeah.
He's going to be selling them. All right. I think this is the last 100%. Round. So, Teg, who is your final pick?
Okay. We only have, 4 people left?
I think so, yeah.
Or 5.
Or 5. Okay.
No, 4.
Okay. And they are Kyle, Joe, Rick Devens,
and Chrissy.
Ooh, interesting choices. I adore Kyle, but I don't want to choose him.
Because he peed himself? Is that why?
Yeah, that's what the rumor is.
That's what
it's
Eva...
It's the wart.
Yeah. Eva would not let people forget that he peed himself.
No. That's a brother-sister duo if I've ever seen one. I think Joe honestly could go far because of Jonathan, because of Colby, because of like the coach, like these people who I think are going to be like loyal. I think that Joe really could go far, but I also don't want. I think I'm going to go with Rick Devens.
All right,
Extinction.
That's somebody I
think
haven't seen.
He's had the most idols in his possession in all time for all of Survivor. In one season. That's
awesome.
I think, that could be a red flag for some people, him finding so many idols. But I don't know. He's fun. He was able to make an alliance with another one of my favorite players, David Wright. I think that there's some movement there. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with his work yet, but when I saw the picture, I thought it was Jared from Subway, and that gave me big red flags. Was real confused, and so I'm out on him.
I get that.
Y'all know how much I love D, but I've listened to every season of On Fire. Like I said, Rick Devens is the best. They should have just kept him on the show. I've never even seen a season, but I was like, this guy's awesome. He's so charming on the podcast. Really, and Dee's ad reads were terrible. As much as I love Dee's game, she cannot do an ad read to save her life. All right, who's your final pick,
Brian?
Yeah, I'm glad that Joe's still around because I'm interested in drafting Joe in general because I think Joe is gonna come back. And he's going to realize, you do have to play a little bit. Like, it can't just be about friendship. At some point, you got to do something, or else they're not going to vote for you in final.
And there's no Eva.
There's no Eva. So it is interesting. If you look at last season, like, what does his game look like without Eva? I think he's forced to pivot a little bit, and I'm intrigued by what that pivot's going to be. I think he is somebody who could be voted out really early. I think he's somebody who could win it all. A really interesting pick, and I'm happy that he's my last one.
Yeah. Even if he doesn't win, the Survivor TikTok stan editors do win because he's going to be out there looking sexy.
Man, he looks
I mean, they had a field day with like that clip of him in the shallow water.
Yeah.
All right, my pick.
Oh, man.
I'm going to take another guy who's sexy. I'm going to go with Kyle.
Dang.
Because it's between Kyle and Chrissy, so I'm leaving Chase with Chrissy because I don't know Chrissy, so I don't have much to talk about. But Kyle, he's just a very likable guy. I think him being the most recent winner, that is a huge target, but that's why he's being picked second to last year.
I mean, that leaves me with Chrissy, and I mean, I'm not upset. Heroes versus healers versus hustlers. I think she's tied with like one of the.
Different Chrissy, but it's still.
Do we even explain that to Teg?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so Chrissy from last season didn't talk very much, so whenever she did, we had an alert sound.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
And then she talked too much and got sent home.
Yep.
But I think she's one of the women that's tied with most immunity. Individual immunity challenges. So, I mean, I think that's a solid person to get left with. In fact, I would have taken her over Kyle and Joe. So I'm happy with being left with Chrissy.
Oh, yeah. And I think Chrissy, I'm actually kind of shocked that she is so low. But mainly because I feel like I love her. I think that she, the fire-making twist really kind of, you can, I mean, I think that it actually kind of helped her a little bit. I don't think that she would have won, but I do think that it famously screwed her over. And so I think that I think that she's going to go in guns ablaze, really wanting to play hard, but I don't think that she overplays her hand. Like, I think she's a smart woman. I've had some conversations with her. She's super sweet, at least like to me. I've had some great conversations with her. I think that she's going to be out there to play. So I'm really excited to, see what she brings. And yeah, I think it's a strong cast. So I know that a lot of people hate on the cast, including myself, but I think that if you don't think about who wasn't chosen, and you look at this cast just as is, it makes sense. It's not like Game Changers where it like genuinely doesn't make sense. This, I think, it makes sense to a certain degree, and I think that even the last pick is going to be a strong pick. So
yeah, I like the cast. I think it makes sense. It's half old era, half new era.
I was about to say,
I like it.
If we get into our cast gripes, this might be like a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah.
But Teg, thank you so much for coming on and doing the whole mock draft with us. I'm glad we were finally able to make it happen.
So fun. I love chatting with you guys. I love, joking around and all that stuff. So this has been a blast.
And if you want to come back on for Survivor Australia and or Big Brother coverage, just let us know.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so down.
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to stop it, PD.
You're about to hear some ads that help keep the lights on here in the old studio. Thanks for listening or don't listen. It's really up to you at this point. It's at the end of the show. I mean, you're listening to me. Hi. But here they come. I promise they're coming. Yep, here they are. Happy day.